These 2024 Super Duties are coming in hot, and it's probably because the market has definitely started to slow down. And I was wondering, are people still paying 10 to 20 grand over MSRP for F450s? I hope not. This truck is already pre-sold, and I wanted to do a quick video on it. I am here at Larry H. Miller. Be sure to check out their inventory because sometimes trucks do become available. If you are in the market, be sure to ask for Diego. He's one of the salespeople here. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker, and then I'll take you guys around this truck. By the way, payload is definitely higher than what I remember trucks being back in 2020. And I wonder if they've lightened these trucks for 2023, 2024 model year. So you guys can see here, these are all the specs and the colors. And here is all the standard equipment. Be sure to pause it if you want to see more. And here are all the options. Now, I didn't think I would ever see this, but this F450 has the standard output power stroke. And you guys see there, FX4 package is right there. A few of the things that are listed. This does have the ultimate package. And here is the base price at $79,665. Destination is $1995 with a total price of $87,710. So for 2024, did anything change? Well, if you've been sleeping under a rock, they did call this a full redesign for 2023. And for 2024, as you would expect, there's probably little to no differences, except this truck is $1,000 more compared to 2023, unfortunately. And there's a few differences in the interior, which we'll go over in a second. But if you're looking at an F450, they do give you a different grille for this truck. I'm not sure why. The F450s do not have active grille shutters, and that could be why. But if you were to get a F350, the grille would be different from what you see here. Reflective style LED headlights, turn signals, and these fog lights have like a projector style to them. There is parking sensors that was added for 2023. Recovery hooks are right there. There is a forward-facing camera. This truck has the ultimate, so it's going to have like adaptive cruise control, all that good stuff as well. 19.5-inch wheels, and it is wrapped in a 225/70 19.5. And then here are the capacities. Hopefully you guys can see. 3,970 pounds for the front, and then dual is going to be 3,750 at 110 psi. And let's go on the other side so we can check out the suspension. This is why you F450. Wide front track, which gives you insane turning radius, and it never gets old. Whenever you jump in one of these and then drive an F350, it's pretty insane how great the turning radius is. 10 lug for the wheels too, by the way. And this black has a little bit of sparkle to it. And you don't really see the chrome bumper. I actually just noticed they had a chrome bumper. It didn't really pop out at me, which is a good thing. You do have the power deployable running boards, and they do have a chrome trim piece there. And they do work with the key, so if you approach the truck with it in your pocket, which I don't have with me right now, they would actually come down for you. This is your standard output power stroke badge there. A little bit of color match on the mirrors, and a little bit of chrome on the side. Not too bad actually. And there's none around the windows, which is a good thing. And I have to step way back to get this in the frame here. 8-foot bed and 48-gallon fuel tank and 7.4-gallon DEF. Now these steps, they might be controversial, but I think it looks more like a truck with them. These leaves are a little bit more girthier compared to the F350s, and you do get that one overload. You can kind of see the fifth wheel prep package right there. They do provide a liner, but it doesn't go all the way back, which I don't like. And here's just a better look at these rear wheels and tires. And out back, with the Lariat, you don't get full LED taillights. So it has, the reverse lights are LED, but the brake lights are still incandescent bulbs. Parking sensors out back, class 5 receiving hitch, and this is going to be a 3-inch opening. It does have the reducer down to 2.5 right here, and lights right there. You have a 7 and a 4 pin. backup camera, and there's a light that shines below. And let's go ahead and pop the tailgate. It is assisted, however it's not powered. They do provide the step that comes out. Nothing new there, they've been using this for like a long time. But you have a 7 and 12 pin here. Tie downs, bed lights, fifth wheel prep package, which is an option. You can get the 2,000 watts of power in the bed with the Lariats too. I probably would just go ahead and get that. Doesn't make sense not to. Here's another reason why you get a 450. You get a more beefed up rear. This is gonna be the 430, and it has those, I guess you call them fins or gills, whatever you want to call them, to kind of keep that cooled. And then here's the truck in the shade. I am shocked that someone ordered a 450 with a standard output power stroke. Most guys getting these type of pickups, they're probably gonna want that high output, but I understand if someone's on the fence because this engine is tried and true. And some of the updates that they've done with the high output, they did make with this engine because they didn't want to have to produce them differently. The only differences that this has is it has a water jacketed turbocharger on the high output, and compression is lower. I think this is 15.8 to 1 versus 15.2 to 1. But apart from that, this is a really good engine, 475 horsepower, which is still class leading, only to be bested by the high output power stroke. And 1,050 pound-feet of torque, only be beat by the Ram. Now the fuel pump is still CP4, and it's like right down there somewhere. Can't really see it from up top because there's just so much going on here. But 10-speed transmission known as the 10R140. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. If you are thinking about ordering a Super Duty for 2024 in a Lariat, I would challenge you to look at the Baja interior. It is a two-tone, so it's gonna have a caramel and black, especially for the seats here, but it doesn't have this two-tone roof. I am not a fan of this, guys. Like, I personally would probably not buy any truck with a two-tone. Now, when you get the ultimate package, I did notice it does give you the tilt headrest, but if you haven't noticed, they did remove the speakers out of those headrests with the Bang & Olufsen sound system. I don't know why. I guess to cut costs. I mean, to produce these trucks, I guess it costs more every year, right? Because as you heard, $1,000 more. 10-way seat, power steering column, and pedals, and you can connect all that with your seat memories. There's 3. There's power mirrors, so you can power fold them. You have automatic up and down for the fronts, not the rear. Grab handles right here on the side, and these seats are perforated leather. You can see you have like a little bit of brown piping right there. And for the most part, I think Ford has some of the softest seats in the business. Getting that ultimate package does give you heads-up display, adaptive cruise control, as I said earlier. Let's go ahead and start it up. I'm going to try to hit everything because if someone is looking for 2024, they obviously want to see everything they can see. But I have a lot of videos I've done for 2023, so you can always check those out too. As far as the features go, you have HomeLink up there. They do provide 6 auxiliary switches, area up top for your sunglasses, LED lighting for the interior, and they do provide a vanity with lights. As far as down below, when you get a Lariat, you don't really have to go any higher in trim because they only give you nicer like interior bits and pieces. So this truck's gonna have standard heated steering wheel, heated seats, and ventilated seats as well for the front. Now this truck does not have the locker out back, but you have 4 low, 4 high, trailer brakes right above your drive modes here. You're gonna have 5 unique drive modes for this truck too. And the way that they lay this out, this is the 5 passengers, so you're gonna have the center console. It's really done nicely. They give you a spot here for cup holders, and they make these spaces a little bit bigger compared to the ones on that side. It does show right there, F-Series established 1948. Place here maybe to set your phone, and you can run some wires through if you would like to charge them through your USBs. You have a Type C on the left and Type A, and then you have a wireless charge if you don't want to hook it up. I will admit, a lot of people do complain about the wireless charge because its charge is really slow. The reason why that is, if you're on a 4 or 5 hour trip, that is going to help to charge the battery gradually versus fast charge it. So that's what's nice about that wireless charger, because you have wireless Apple CarPlay, and you can keep that battery pretty much at the level it's at or gradually charge it up. Center console has a removable tray. They do illuminate this area. You have 2 more Type-C USBs. And this can actually be stored over here. That way, if you need this storage area or if you need to use this as a filing cabinet, you have that option. Push button start is right there. Now if you put the truck in gear, you do have a gear limiter. So if you push the M, you can lock out whatever gears you need. Love that Ford gives you all the gears that are available, which is 10. So you can lock it out or you can just see what gear you're in while you're driving on the highway. This truck has so much power, by the way. Even when you kind of give it about 40% throttle, it stays in 10th gear because it just has power everywhere because of the high output power stroke. Now I'm not sure about this one. Haven't driven one of these and I can't drive this one because it's so much truck. But let's just go through. I love this about this gauge cluster. This is something they added for 2023 and it really does trump what Ram has been doing because they go a step further with these measurements here for your turbo diesel and a few more auxiliary gauges right there. Now when you put it in tow haul mode, it does change a little bit. Let me just show that to you really quickly. They do give you the RPMs at the very top and I like that they do that. Actually, let me just set it up for you guys so you can see it. Hold on one second. So I changed the information a little bit. I put your diesel measurements over here. I also added the temperatures for your coolant and your transmission. I put them side by side so you can swap the gauges around. And I just put the triple in there. You can put pretty much whatever you want here, but I just want to show you the diesel measurements. Now, if you want to put your general measurements here, you have so much information you can see. Like, I am a geek for this type of stuff. When we were traveling full time in our RV, this was so cool. So when you hook up to your trailer, put it in tow haul mode, you have the RPMs at the very top there. See that right there? I love that. This is really done nicely. Like, this is the best one in the business right now. No one can touch this. And on this side, just really quickly, some of the features you have, like you have your running boards. I showed this in another video, but if you don't want those running boards to come out, you can disable that. And if you don't want them to come out ever, you can disable those too. Or if you want to keep them out, you have that as well. There's a timer for them too. You can set it to like 5 minutes. And you have that dual screen here. So a lot of nice things. By the way, tons of power plugs on this side. And let's go ahead and just check out the passenger side and we'll move back to the rear. On the passenger side, this is a big cab. So I feel as though no matter how tall or short you are, you can get pretty comfortable in this truck. You have great visibility for the screen. And I didn't show you, but here are all the buttons at the very top. All the way to the left is the exhaust brake. You can turn on the cameras by pushing that button there. This is for your parking sensors, caution lights, traction control, downhill assist. And glove box. And here are some of the buttons you have. Open the door. And let's go ahead and check out the rear. In the rear, they do have a flat floor surface. On the floor, you can actually collapse this storage, as you see right there. 60/40 bench. And then check out the door. Again, they did a great job with the fit and finish with this interior. Seat back pockets, grab handle, and outboard heated seats, USBs, 120 volt plug, and 12 volt. So they don't give you a shortage of plugs in this truck. Oh yeah, by the way, you have 2 Type-C USBs. Let's go ahead and take a look at the numbers on the door. So you guys already saw the window sticker, right? So if you want to build this truck, this is what your payload is going to be. So let's go ahead and start with the axle. So the front axle rating is 6,000 pounds. The rear is 9,900 pounds. And the wheels are 19.5 by 6. I wish they would go to like an 8 wide wheel because then I can get some bigger tires if I ever decided to buy one of these trucks in the future. 14,000 pound gross fuel weight rating. Payload is 4,980 pounds. So the payload has gone up slightly. I remember doing a video on I want to say it was an XLT from 2020, and I want to say it had like 4,800 pounds. And this truck has a lot more options. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking at one of these trucks, you have more than enough payload. And the reason why that number might seem lower than what you've seen on dually F350s is because they're limited to that 14,000 pound gross fuel weight rating. If it was 14.8, well, you have 800 pounds more payload. Hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure your bell notifications are on. See you soon.